One coming from a lot. Yes? Yes? Oh no, there was just another one. What has the police department been doing throughout all these kidnappings?
Well, we've been searching through our files and we have come to the conclusion that it's a male with a neon green hoodie, a neon green shorts, and a red bandana. That is all the information we have for now, and we are putting a lot of security on like buildings, and we are shutting down all schools to make sure that these stop happening.
Do you know how many crimes of kidnapping he has committed?
No, we don't.
Could he be the only one kidnapping?
It's not for sure, but we know that from witnesses we have seen, every person has described it like that, so it could just be him.
Do you know his name?
No, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. That is it with Jed Ross on CNN. News! We have just discovered some great news on the kidnaps. We have discovered who the kidnappees are and the name of the culprit. And on the case with live reporter Jed Ross, live here with head police officer Brody Kelly. Officer Kelly, what have y'all done to prepare for this challenge?
Well, we have shut down schools, we have put extra security cameras all over and encourage people to lock their doors at night and take this situation very seriously, because this can happen at any second, and we are taking this situation very seriously.
Are most of these kidnappings happening at schools, at stores, at restaurants, at houses, at friends' houses? Where are they happening?
I feel like it's happening at the houses, because schools, you can see, if you look at the roofs, there's security cameras everywhere. We'd have the footage. They'd send us the footage some way. Same with stores. You can see security cameras all over stores. So I feel like it's not going to be in those areas, and many more people would find out and report this if it was in let's say, a school or a store. And friend's house, I feel like there'd be more people getting kidnapped. So I can only assume that it's happening at their house and they're not locking their doors, locking their windows, and just being careless and not paying attention to what's happening. And also, there's not much security cameras at homes, usually. There's not that many security cameras, so I feel like it is happening at their houses.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's kind of starting to be a bad thing, because we're not getting that footage that we need, and we're starting to have to need that footage to be able to find out who's kidnapping these people, or who is being kidnapped.
News: we have discovered the culprit and the kidnappees of this event. The kidnappees are two sisters, 10 and 11 years old. They have been living together for 10 years. They aren't quite twins, but they look exactly alike. Their names are Jocelyn and Jaden West. The culprit is, we believe, the name of Sean Moss. Sean Moss being the guy who escaped from jail about 3 to 4 years ago. He was put in prison from attempt at murder. He was put in prison for about 10 years, escaped about 4 years in, and we still haven't found him today. So if he hadn't escaped, he'd still be in prison right now. And he's wearing a neon hoodie with the Batman logo on it, with a red bandana around his face. You can't see any of his face besides barely his brown eyes. That's right, brown eyes. We believe he has brown hair, or at least that's what color he had when he went to prison. So we're going off of knowledge from 7 to 8 years ago. So it could have changed. It could not be Sean Moss. He could have went back to the jail, just like in that Bud Light commercial, how they go back to the pit of mystery. Dilly dilly, by the way. And just like that, but who would be dumb enough to go back to jail? So we believe he stayed in this town all along. In Muscle City, we believe their prison has a strong security, but we believe that so attempt at murder, and he shot the guy, and while he was knocked unconscious, he stole everything he had. He paid the guard about 50 grand to let him escape. So really, he just walked right out the front door. He paid every guard in there so that they would let him walk out the front door. That's really all we have on him, but we only believe all of this stuff. because that's how it was 7 to 8 years ago when Sean Moss went to prison. Ross on the scene for CNN as Officer Kelly is investigating this crime. What? Is it definitely Sean Moss?
It definitely is. We actually found, and we've been searching through every camera in the city to be able to find this kidnapper and maybe some footage, and we actually did. The kidnappings of Jocelyn and Jaden West, we have found the footage of.
Is that is that great news? Is that good news? Is that okay news, or is that bad news?
It's great news because we're starting to step in that direction to be able to find this kidnapper down and be able to get him into custody and make sure he's never off on the streets again.
So, if he goes into custody, into prison, will he be in prison for life? Will he be in prison for 20 years? Will he be in prison for 50 years? Will he just be hung or killed? And are those guards that let him out still on the job?
The guards are not still on the job. Every one of them have been fired, and I hope they never get a job at any other place again.
Angry at him, just fired and killed and never seen again.
Well, it's not, because we just found the first piece of evidence to this, and we know it's Sean Moss. Just we have no clue where he is. He could be in Brazil right now, which we probably know is not, but we don't know where he is. We need to locate him, and we need to just know where he could be. We need more footage, because this one footage, it's giving us information, and that's all we need.
When was the last footage shot?
Yesterday.
Yes. So I don't think unless he had plans far ahead or far behind this to kidnap them on this exact day, I don't think he could get a flight the next day to fly to Brazil.
Yes.
And I don't think he can drive there in one day either.
Yeah. So that's why we think that he's still in this area, and we need to get him into prison right now.
Once he gets into prison, will he be there for life and life at the most, or will it be 10 years at the least? Because he already escaped from prison once, and that's an extra 10 years in prison once you're caught. And so that adds it, and then he's also been accused of kidnapping. Now, we still don't know it's him. We still need footage of him kidnapping,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. So will he be in prison for life? He was in prison for 10 years. He escaped 4 years in.
Yes.
So just escaping prison, that's another 10 years of prison.
Yes.
After you're caught again.
And
So
also
after-
he kind of gambled his way through, which is another way he broke the law.
So that's adding double time, so that'd be 20 years.
Yes.
Plus accused of kidnapping, which we are almost certain it was him who
Yes.
kidnapped it. And then, so that's 3, so that'd be about 30 years right there. And then also attempt at murder, which put him into prison in the first place.
Yes.
So he has a bad criminal record right now, correct?
Yes, and all those other crimes don't matter, because when we find him, he's going to be in prison for life.
So it's definitely in life.
Yes.
And if the judge is really mad about it, he'll just call the firing squad and he'll be dead. Correct?
Well, we're not going to execute him for now. We are going to take him into custody, and he's going to be in prison for life. And now, if another incident breaks out, he will be killed. So he's one mistake away from probably having his life taken away.
When do you think this crime will be solved?
We can't tell for now. We are taking steps in the right direction, but this was the first step. We could figure this case out in a week, and that's what we're aiming to figure this case out. It's not going to be one of those that we find in one day.
It isn't?
No.
So, at the earliest it might be 2 days, and at the latest could it be up to a year?
Make sure to be ready. Investigate for any footprints or any fingerprints. What's this over here? Fingerprints. Got bullets. Found bullets. He had to have been here. Here. This has to be the area he was at. What's over here? Hey guys, there's movement over here. There's movement over here.
That's definitely him. I got fingerprints.
Uncover it. We got movement. We got movement.
We got movement.
We got movement. Cover them. It's them. It's them.